But this brings me to something, Brian, because we've got the crew of Cult of Cornet FanFest watchers, right? Out there. They have the attire, the swords or sabers, the sash, the beret, the shirt, whole 9 yards.
Well, the saber's been somewhat optional depending on the venue lately, but we've seen a few photos. Of course, there's Nick in Canada. There was a woman who sent in photos recently of her at a AEW event wearing the outfit. And I don't remember her name, so she's just a woman.
As opposed to a person, she wasn't even, she was a fine looking young lady is what she was. I saw the picture. Right. And it's like you're painting her like a matronly Alice Ghostly type. No, she was a fine young example of woman flesh. But no, well, the saber also.
Yes.
Just run this by Steven. I haven't slept. I'm so fucking tired. And I'm losing my voice. But what I'm trying to say to you is even the saber has been approved in Canada. Because do you remember? That's why Tiger Jeet Singh was so over in Ontario. They had a large population in Ontario in the 70s. I assume it's that way today, of whatever nationality or religion or whatever it was that Tiger Jeet Singh represented. And since this was back in the 70s, we were reading the fan club bulletins of the time. It wasn't like anybody was going into great detail in his global relationships, but a lot of his people were up there. And at one of the smaller shows in Ontario, not Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the fans got in a fight in the parking lot with each other with fucking sabers.
No shit.
And it was in a newspaper.
Get out of here.
Yes. That was like almost 50 years ago, but I remember that plain as shit. I was like, they were fighting with somebody in Ontario, one of the Greg Oliver, somebody slam wrestling. Look that up. God damn it. Anyway, I brought up the Cult of Cornet FanFest watchers because I got an email from Eddie in Buffalo. And he says the cult has been growing on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, you name it, we're on it. More and more of us are bumping into each other out there in the world. Now, as a Buffalo Bills fan, we here in Bills Mafia have a simple greeting. When we see another Bills fan in Bills garb, we simply say, "Go Bills!" And they reply in kind. No more needs to be done or said. If someone doesn't reply in kind or say the right phrase back, aspersions are cast on them immediately. Star Wars fans wish each other the Force be with you. Star Trek fans throw up live long and prosper. So with the ever-expanding cult, sadly not everyone is going to be found in the complete official convention watcher attire. He says swords are not accepted in many places, and finding a white beret is a lot harder than you would think. Apparently that is true. Finding a white beret is not the easiest. That's why we've had the chef's hat and the Pillsbury Doughboy things, but that's part of it.
Coming soon to JimCornette.com.
What, the Pillsbury Doughboy chef's hats or the white berets?
The white beret.
It's the ballad of the white beret. Anyway.
You can embroider everyone's name on it?
You could actually do it around in circles and an up on top. And But anyway, bumping into someone in a corny branded shirt is very likely, especially at wrestling-centric events, no matter what the company. So I think the logical next step for the rapidly growing cult is that we should adopt an official greeting. Something short, sweet, and something that lets one know they are among friends, real pro wrestling fans, decent human beings who utilize their left and right turn indicator type of friends. So what should our official greeting to one another be? That's what we got to come up with here, Brian. What do you think?
It has to be something that lifts up the fellow member, lets them know that they have support, but also shows what they are supporting.
How about this?
Like a battle cry, maybe?
Well, I know it's a greeting.
Oh, how about that?
Well, that's the battle cry. Whenever once that they have greeted each other at the conventions and fan fests and wrestling events, and they know who's on whose side, then they amass together in one glob in the middle of the building, And then they emit the Cult of Cornette battle cry, "Oh!" And then they disperse in all directions to batter about the head and face all the fucking play wrestling fans and the fans of the Buckaroos and things of that nature. It could be a big goddamn schmoz all over the convention floor.
Well, that's the convention floor. That's the battle cry here in Chicago at the convention.
But the greeting to disseminate, to discern or eliminate or gesticulate the wheat from the chaff, as they say.
Reggie's dead.
No, come on.
Hey, Reggie's dead. Because that'll cause the other
thinking-
people to like get away from me. Like, what the fuck's this guy saying out loud?
Well, that's our version of kayfabe.
Reggie's dead.
Reggie's dead.
Wow, this is good. We're getting the whole terminology today.
If somebody comes into the group or the conversation or the immediate vicinity of the area that you think is a fan of the Buckaroos or Twinkle Toes or Tony or whoever the case, people we don't want poisoning our atmosphere with their toxicity, then we say Reggie's dead. And immediately everybody disperses.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, but that's
But
not
the
the greeting.
greeting-
That's not the greeting.
I've got the greeting.
Uh-oh.
The greeting is when you walk up to someone and you go, "Thank you," then they should, at the same time as you, hold up their middle finger to yours and go, "Fuck them," and then entwine middle fingers a la a pinky swear and go, "Bye." See? Thank you. Fuck them. Bye. With a fucking intertwined middle finger.
You thought this out and you visualize human beings doing it, not cartoons?
Yes.
Intertwined middle
perfect.
fingers and you say fuck at the
Intertwined
same
middle
time?
fingers. Yes. If somebody walks up to you and says,
Thank you?
"Thank you,"
As soon as they say thank you, you should give their middle finger to their face in the hope that they do the same?
and say, "Fuck you." And if they, God damn you,
I don't know if this is going to
I
work.
mean, and you say, "Fuck you." If they say "fuck you" back with a intertwined finger, then you.
They're going to intertwine that
Well,
finger into your
That
eye.
makes it even better. I was thinking "fuck them" because you intertwine the middle fingers and spread it out, but that'd be even better. "Thank you, fuck you, bye." If they don't hold up the middle finger and intertwine it with yours and say "fuck you" at the same time, they'll do it shortly afterwards, right before they punch you in the face.
You know, maybe the battle cry would be a better idea. Just go right to war. Just
Go right to- Just haul.
Swarm!
Swarm, Conan.
Conan! Conan!
All right, well, we'll work on all of that, but we've made some good, solid progress there with the terminology amongst the
Well-
cult and public to identify themselves.
The only thing I kind of question still is the fact that we're calling them Cornette Fan Fest watchers because it appears they're going to actual wrestling events. So maybe the word Fan Fest is a little
Too specific.
too specific, but also false advertising.
Well, no, but it's not false because they can be at FanFest, but it's not complete advertising because they can be so much more. So I think we're Cult of Cornette Wrestling Integrity Watchers.
Ooh.
Woo!
Ooh.
WIW. Woo! Our wooers out there. Have you wouldn't you like to have a staff, a legion of wooers that would go out and keep an eye on things in your name, Brian?
Well, first of all, I think Ric Flair may have the trademark on wars and
No, he
wars
doesn't have
and
anything
whatever
to
you
do with
talked about.
WIW.
Where are you getting WIW from?
Wrestling Integrity Watchers.
Oh, Wrestling
Woo.
Integrity Woo.
Woo!
I mean, if you're going to abbreviate it, you need to be better than that. You're stealing
How
someone
about-
else's thing.
Okay, how about fuck you,
Well, Cult of Cornette is COC.
cock watchers?
Kaku! Kaku!
Cockawoo! Cockwoos. Okay. Now, see, now, we spitball things and we come up with the people
It's like
that
we're in
are
Eddie Graham's
dressing,
office. This is great.
that are the people that are dressing in these outfits and going to these shows are now going to be called official cockwoos.
We
Should
understand
we-
if you guys don't want to go out anymore in these outfits and have your photos taken.
That's another one of those cockwoos.
But if you're undercover, of course, just say Reggie's dead.
Could we get a chant going cockwoo, cockwoo, cockwoo?
Is that one side, or is that one side does cock and the other side does woo?
Well, it depends on the side that has the cock, whether the other side woos.
And it's not a Ric Flair woo. There's no like woo. It's just woo.
No, woo. Just woo.
WIW.
Yeah. Hey, should we start the real show now? Have we practiced enough?
I think so. If that's
I
what
told
this
you I
is.
was tired.
Yeah.